Hey, everybody. Afternoon. Chris Darcheski, principal at Dudley Middle School here alongside co-host to Unlock the Middle, Dean Packard, the principal at Charlton Middle School. We are introducing a segment today called Amazing Students. Link up with us on Unlock the Middle on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, at Unlock the Middle, and this one has hashtag Amazing Students attached to it. Dean, we are about to talk a little bit about why we do what we do and see a little bit of the success that's been realized by one of our very own DCRSD students.
Chris, you're absolutely correct. You know, we're coming off of last night. We're talking with Evan Robb, a lead person when it comes to leadership across the country. And tonight we dig deeply into the weeds to reconnect with why we do what we do. And that's recognizing kids for greatness. And you know, Chris, there are so many kids in both of our schools that are destined for great things. There's no doubt about it. So this part of our show really excites me because this gives back to the fuel of why we are and why we do what we do, and just recognizing kids for coming out of the gate strong and following and chasing their dreams.
Chasing the dreams is really important, and adding purpose to their experience is all more powerful. And sometimes the formative years of elementary and middle school are what really drive dreams, but it's the action that you sometimes take a little bit later in life that gets you to realize those. And, you know, as we heard from Evan Robb last night, you know, focusing in as leaders on, you know, the important tenets that we have to pay attention to in our roles as instructional leaders and, you know, managers is really very important. And some of the lessons that we learned or we had refreshed last night with Evan are really, you know, a part of our guest today in terms of how he's approaching his career aspirations and following his dreams.
Well, you know, I've known Liam for a long time. He came through Charlton Middle School. He's a junior in high school at Shepherd Hill Regional High School. But, you know, he's never looked back. From what I know about him, he's always had music at his feet and in his hands, and the ability to play a guitar and articulate and really take music to another level. And he's not stopping. And what I love most about it is his story has taken him down to Nashville, and he has just had an opportunity to sign with a management talent agency, looking at him and saying, what's next for this guy? And that's the part that really excites me for him.
That's pretty awesome, man. It's always nice to see somebody climb their ladder, reach the top, and then realize that there's other levels to go to, even though they thought they might have been at the top. So I'm pretty fired up. Let's go ahead and you give Liam an introduction that's proper, and I'll bring him in.
As his past principal, I'll be happy to do that. All right, I have his bio in front of me right here. Let me pull this up and get this going, and give me 1 second. Figures you love technology. Here we go. Liam's bio. Almost 2 years ago, into his solo music career, Massachusetts native Liam Coleman has created a name for himself in the Massachusetts music scene, has caught the attention of other artists from around the country. Since the day he could hold something in his hands as a baby, he turned it into a guitar or a drumstick. From standing in front of the TV at the age of 2, rocking out to Green Day's Bullet in the Bible, concert DVD, to drum lessons at the age of 6, to performing at every gathering for family and friends, to school jazz band concerts, Liam has literally been performing since the day he was born. He was the drummer of the Worcester-based rock band Live Illusion. In his sophomore year at high school, he ventured out onto the solo career and playing many local venues in Massachusetts. He has performed for the Soulful Concert Series. He has been featured on country radio station 98.9 Nash Icon and Country 102.5 as their catch of the week. He has been interviewed on several music podcasts from around the country, including one from Scotland. We are very excited today to welcome Liam to our show. Liam, it is great to see you, and welcome to Unlock the Middle.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, Liam, one of the things we get real excited about, as I told you in our pregame conversation, I love that analogy, the pregame, but you're the first student that we're recognizing on our show as someone who has come through the ranks of our school district, but now on the verge of making it big. And when I talk about making it big, that's all perspective from where you stand right now. So why don't you just give us a little bit of background about what you've been doing and what brings you to our show today?
I've been up to a lot of stuff lately. Like you said, I just signed my first management deal out of Nashville, with Marathon Talent Agency, and it's just been kind of nonstop work for the past couple of years, getting to where I am today, and now I'm happy to be in the position that I am allowed to be in today.
Very humble, Liam. You've got a big deal going on now, though, so it's okay to gloat just a tiny bit if you want. But you are a humble kid, and that talks about the values that you've got. Congratulations, Liam. This is pretty exciting. So, where'd the love of music start? You know, when you were taking drum lessons when you were a 6-year-old, a lot of kids are not doing drum lessons when they're 6. Where'd this passion come from?
So, I mean, like my bio says, I've always had a fascination with music. I've always loved music and always tried to be involved in just kind of everything was always just music growing up. And so when I was 6, my parents gave me the choice between drum lessons or guitar lessons. And so me being the crazy 6-year-old, I picked drum lessons. And I did drum lessons for about 10 years. And then I taught myself how to play guitar when I was 12. And then it kind of all started, like the first time I played out was the 6th grade talent show. And I kind of knew there, like, this is exactly what I wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to do something with music, but that's when it kind of like really set in. I was like, this is it. Bam.
You know, I love that 6th grade talent show, and that kind of brought out the best for you as it opened up some doors. There's no doubt about it. And I recall that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So let me take it a step further, if I could. Talk about how you blend school with this music, because I'll tell you what, Liam, it's not easy, because in order to be great, you got to dig in and put countless hours into your craft. And your number one craft, I'm sure your parents would agree with me, are your academics and getting through school. Your number 2 craft, which is right up there, is your music and your passion for it. So talk about what that blend looks like and how you've been able to manage it.
I mean, it's senior year now, so I've been just kind of like, I got to graduate this year, and then like everything will really go into full force. But this year it's just kind of been, in the past couple of years, I've just always kind of put school, get all the schoolwork done, and then I play out on weekends. So like once I get the schoolwork done, I usually start doing music like at night, and I'll work on music for a couple hours. But usually I just try to get all my schoolwork done throughout the day, whether it be like in study or in between classes, and then do a little bit when I get home, and then find that perfect balance for everything. So where it's school, music, hanging out with friends, and just I kind of have like a set schedule where I have time for everything.
So you got a real realistic calendar there where you're not tilted in any one direction. It sounds like you've really mastered the art of balance, which is very challenging. Yeah. And, you know, again, for someone of your age, that's just kudos to you, kudos to your family, kudos to your teachers for being able to instill, you know, a good set of values and a good set of what balance really requires. Yeah. You know, staying centered is really important. And, you know, that in itself is very meaningful. So as you think about your passion and your career that you're looking at down the road, what is the significance or what is the feeling about the signing of this contract that you've had, and what does it really mean to you in terms of, you know, those goals that you set for yourself? Is Liam going platinum?
I honestly don't know if it's really even set in yet. I mean, it's still hard to kind of wrap my head around. Like I had my very first, like I started doing open mics about like 2 years ago, and I was just kind of doing open mics. And then I had like my first like professional, like paid show in February of 2019. So I've really been doing this kind of professionally for like a year and a half, and to have everything kind of happen so quickly, and to be blessed with all these opportunities along the way, and get to meet the people I have and write with some of the people that I have. Like, it's just, I still don't think I've fully, and like now the management deal, like I don't think I've fully comprehended everything that's going on. And it's just, like I said, it's just a blessing to be able to be in this position that I'm in right now, and just be doing it for such kind of little time when you think about it.
You know, my advice to you, Liam, is enjoy the heck out of it, and don't let it be your reality yet, because Continue to fuel yourself by doing something you love to do. And the end result will take care of itself, because if you're working harder than anybody else and you're having fun while doing it, you are going to win. I told you when we first came on and we played a little snippet from Upside, I said, that's not Liam. I don't remember that voice. And when you're in middle school. So you've grown up so much. And I think that's such a tribute to you and your mindset and where you're going. Let me ask you this question. When you're on stage, you're a kid. You're just finishing up high school. So when you're on stage, what are you thinking? What is the feeling that you have when you're delivering your product? I mean, a lot of people are afraid to speak publicly. A lot of people don't get that, but you embrace it and you run with it. Talk about that for a second, if you would.
That's actually exactly what it is. I don't get nervous anymore. I can sing in front of an audience. I cannot speak in front of an audience. It's so hard for me to be able to like speak in front of people. That's why I don't really say a lot when I'm playing. So I just stick to saying, because I don't know why I get so much more nervous when it comes to talking in front of people than singing. But there's not really any nerves anymore, because I've been doing it every single weekend for the past year and a half, and I've just kind of like gotten used to it at this point. And like I'll get nervous every now and then depending on what it is or like what I'm doing. But I mean, it's something I love to do, so I don't get those nerves as when I first started kind of doing all this.
It's super refreshing to hear, Liam, because anytime that there's a performer up on stage, it could be an athlete, a baseball player at the plate, pitcher on the mound, volleyball player trying to serve at the bottom of the, at the end of the game, an artist opening up for a gallery, or being a principal trying to open up a school for the second time in the year on hybrid on Thursday, not knowing what the heck you're going to say to the kids. Being comfortable and confident is really what it's all about. So you've given us a little bit about, what the record deal or what the, contract means and about following your passions, but what are the real next steps? What are your aspirations? Where do you go from here? How does life change, as you graduate high school at the end of this year?
Well, like I said, we're talking right now. So graduate first, and then everything will be in kind of full effect. But I'll be making some trips back and forth to Nashville and maybe some other cities. I'm not sure yet. But every other month for the next couple months, I'll be going back and forth just for a couple days and just kind of like keep recording, keep putting out new music. I got 3 other songs lined up because when I went to Nashville in August, I recorded 4 songs. So I got 3 other songs that I'll be releasing throughout the next couple months. So just kind of keep releasing music, keep building my following, keep building my brand, keep building the name for myself. And now with this deal, I get to now branch that off more into Nashville, and my name can be spread around there a lot more. And just keep writing, just keep working and performing and not stop, not take no for an answer.
Your English teachers will be proud of you. Keep writing, because all the writing you did back in middle school, I'm sure it's helping you in some capacity right now. So thinking back about that, Liam, one of the things I was thinking about for all the viewers that stay on, I know you're going to play a couple of your songs at the end. I'm just throwing that out as a teaser to keep them hanging along. But what would you say to anybody, any kid, any friend, anybody in school right now at your age? What's the key to getting where you want to be? What is that key that unlocks you?
This is my favorite question that when I'm in an interview and people ask me, this is my favorite question to answer. And it's don't take no for an answer. There's going to be a lot of people. I've had a lot of no's in the year and a half that I've been doing this. I've had a lot of no's from a lot of different people. And just because someone says no, it doesn't mean the next person is going to say no. That person just might not have saw something that the next person is going to see. So you just got to keep on going. Like Luke Combs, Garth Brooks, Morgan Wallen, they've gotten plenty of no's in their career, and look where they are today. Not everybody's going to like you, and there's going to be a lot more people that like you than don't like you. So just don't take no for an answer. Keep your head down and stay in your own path and work hard.
And be righteous with what you do. Believe in what you do and love what you do. Because if you do that, that'll come out in everything in your life. Don't ever forget that. And that's the advice that your old middle school principal is going to give to you. Hey, with that being said, how about a chance to hear a little bit about your music? I know you said you'd throw a couple songs our way. I can't wait to hear. And let's sit back and watch this, Chris, because I think this is where it all comes to fruition.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna play my my new single "Upside" that released on September 18th. I recorded it when I was in Nashville, and it was a blast to record, and it was a blast to record all the other songs, which The next one will be coming out soon, so I'm very excited for that. But this one's called Upside. It's nearing 10,000 streams on Spotify alone. I don't really know about the other platforms, but I know it's almost at 10,000 on Spotify. So keep streaming it, keep sharing it with your friends, and this is Upside. Bad day at the office, working a 9 to 5. Can't wait to get out of here and hop up in my ride and escape this reality that'll be here till the day I die. But at least I got you here by my side. When I'm with you, my world is turning around. When I'm with you, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Hands down, you're my girl, you're my world. You're the only one for me. The only one who draws these silver lines. You're my upside. We can be in the back of my truck bed to watch the sunset. I'll bring the tunes to lift the mood, all the troubles we'll forget. I don't want these moments to ever change. I've been doing my best to make sure you don't slip away. When I'm with you, my world is turning around. When I'm with you, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Hands down, you're my girl, you're my world. You're the only one for me. The only one who draws the silver lines. You're my upside. You're my upside. When I'm with you, my world is turning around. When I'm with you, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Hands down, you're my girl, you're my world. You're the only one for me. The only one who draws the silver lines. You're my upside. You're my upside.
I tell you what, Liam, absolutely incredible. And I still can't believe our ex-middle school student is ripping it that hard and making it that good, man. You know, good for you. That's incredible. I'm speechless.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I wrote that with my good friend Abigail Nielsen. She lives out in Seattle, Washington. We wrote that back in, I believe we wrote that in May. And then we came back to it in like June. We finished it up, and I knew it was one of the ones I was going to have to record when I went in August.
So tell me about this other song that you have for us, the one that's not out there yet. I want to hear a little bit of background on it.
So this one I wrote myself. I was just sitting outside one day, and I was just thinking, like, I'm a big fan of like Hardy, Morgan Wallen, and they have like their own brand of kind of like redneck like partying and stuff, and so I kind of wanted to have like a song like one of theirs, and it was I wrote a song called Living Country, and it was just kind of like a bunch of country things that I just kind of threw into a song and this is one of the ones that I'll probably end up recording sometime in the next couple months or year, who knows, but yeah, it's one of my personal favorites that I've written. So
let's hear it, man.
It's called Living Country. I like big old trucks, not tiny little cars. I like a nice sweet tea, working out in the yard. I like to party all weekend with my boys and me, tearing it up in a little small town. Man, you should see We like living country without boots and ragged jeans. We like living country. It's such a fine sight to see. Tearing it up on an old dirt road. Wait, I'm going in a redneck mood. I'll leave you in a cloud of dust. 'Cause I live in country. It's a must. I don't like big city living. I prefer hunting and fishing. The only city that I like is Nashville every single night. We're hanging out on the lake. You know that's my happy place. Partying on a boat. Set sail just to float. We like living country without boots and ragged jeans. We like living country. It's such a fine sight to see. Tearing it up on an old dirt road. Wait, I'm going in a redneck mood. I'll leave you in a cloud of dust. 'Cause I'm living country. It's a must. We like living country without boots and wrangler jeans. We like living country. It's such a fine sight to see. Tearing it up on an old dirt road. Wait, I'm going in a redneck mood. I'll leave you in a cloud of dust. 'Cause living country is a must. It's a must.
Nice work, Liam. Man, that sounds great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Liam, I'm speechless. Again, I'm super excited that we had you on today because I didn't realize exactly where you were with this journey. But I'll tell you, you're right there. Don't stop. Don't look back. Keep moving forward. I mean, you're spot on with what you're doing. And like I said earlier, it shows with such passion and such fun. And that's the difference maker. When you're doing something that, you consider work, but it's fun, you're onto something, man. You're onto it. Don't slow down.
That's something I've also said before in interviews. If you're doing this just for the money and the fame, like, you're doing it for the wrong. You don't do this for the wrong reasons. You do something because you love doing it. Don't do it for all the don't do it for the wrong reasons. Do everything you do because you love to do it. So I love to do it. So
it shows. And I hope that your friends are watching, and I hope all the kids of your age are watching, because it doesn't matter what you choose, man. Just choose the path that defines who you're going to be and work hard at it, because the end results will be the happiness that you have, and hopefully that trajectory in life that just completes you, man. As your past principal and your teachers, we're super proud of you. Continue to rock on, no pun intended. But again, just take it and run, man. Don't look back. Chris?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Liam, I'm really impressed. I'm not only impressed by the talent, but I'm blown away by your level-headedness, by your focus on doing what drives you and what passions you have. Loving the shirt. It's what we're all about. Being better every single day, working hard, continuing moving forward, not being satisfied with the status quo. I'm super proud of you. I'm happy to know you through this medium. I listen to a little bit of country, but I'll tell you right now, I'll be watching for your name and I'll be watching for your cuts to make sure that I'm paying attention to those, because I'm pretty fired up and pumped up right now. Any talent we can get from DCRSD is great. And you're a heck of a role model for a lot of our young kids out there who just aren't sure what following their passion means. So thanks very much for doing what you're doing and sharing the message that you're sharing.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, Liam, we're going to wrap it up here. We want to appreciate all the viewers that came on and watched you today and have become part of your journey, because this journey has just begun. There's a lot more. There are many more chapters that you're going to write, my friend. And we're so excited to be part of this initial outcalling of support for Liam Coleman, the next rock star out of Nashville. I'm calling it right now. Within the next 5 years, look out, everybody. It's coming, and it's going to come fast and furious. So we're glad to be part of it. Hey, for all you out there, again, thanks for tuning into Unlock the Middle. And we have some middle marvels coming up this week, Chris. We're looking forward to that. But let's not get too confused. So let's wrap this up and take this home.
All right, man. Thanks very much, Dean. And amazing thanks to Liam Coleman for joining us today as we really take a look at the passions within our students, and we take a look at how we can all live up and reach for the stars and chase our dreams. Unlock the Middle is here to help you extend your PLN and be aware of some great things that are going on out there. Follow us again, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Unlock the Middle. Check out our segments showcasing great middle level educators and talented students and success stories. Be well, everybody. Enjoy the day, and we'll see you all soon.